Hey YouTube, I just wanted to make a video today talking about gun rights and the importance of the Second Amendment by way of discussing some news items that have come up here specifically in Oregon, but also I want to discuss something that has to do with the nation. First of all, I want to show this. It's from the Oregon Firearms Federation, or OFF, and their slogan is "No Compromise." Well, that sums up pretty much how I feel about the whole gun rights issue. I believe that the Second Amendment does guarantee an individual's right to bear arms. Now, one of the things that comes up that's really pissed me off, and this is special interest to people here in Oregon, and this information is coming from the Oregon Firearms Federation. That's how I found out about it, but I did my own reading. And it appears that the Medford Mail Tribune has actually filed a legal suit in order to get the names of those who have concealed handgun license to be turned over to the newspaper itself. This is a little bit lunacy to me. Apparently the newspaper has free to print this information if they want. Now, I've heard of this in another state, I believe it was Illinois, where a newspaper was actually printing the names of those who hold these concealed handgun permit licenses. This is a very, very stupid and dangerous action. One of the points of this permit is to permit that people to have a gun without people knowing about it. And this increased the safety of everyone. Why? Because those who have a concealed weapon can protect themselves. And if you don't know who those people are, then a criminal would have to assume that anybody could potentially have one of these. This is one of the principles behind the book More Guns, Less Crime. In that people in certain neighborhoods that have high levels of gun ownership are actually experience less crime because there's more of a deterrent to crime. So I just think it's a really despicable action. They did it in an effort supposedly to out teachers who had these licenses. It just seems like a really, really bad thing. And the thing is, the sheriff of Jackson County actually tried to stop this, but the newspaper kept on going. So I just want to say, shame on you, Medford Mail Tribune. What you've done is despicable. And I'll be providing a link to the newspaper and to the information. They actually wrote an article about it, so you can look this up for yourself. And another issue that's come up is this is appeal part of the nation. Pertains to the nation. It's HR 5175, and this has to do with a bill that would allow free speech for the NRA specifically, but it would cut out other organizations, pro-gun organizations like Oregon Firearms Federation. The NRA was specifically exempted from this bill, and therefore they would not oppose it. Now, they used some weaselly language. They said, what we did was in the best interest for the NRA and the Second Amendment. We would do it again. We do not take positions on bills that do not affect us. This is just lunacy. It's a total sellout, and I lost a lot of respect for the NRA. I get the impression a lot of times that it's just an organization that's very, very big, has a lot of members, and therefore they really don't take the positions that they really need to take. They have too much of their own interests to protect. There are other organizations out there that really fight for gun owners' rights, like Gun Owners of America. They seem pretty good, and then of course the Oregon Firearms Federation. And I actually admire the Oregon Firearms Federation's work. I've followed some, and they've really kept they really keep up with what's going on here in Oregon. So if you live in another state, I encourage you to find out about any organizations like that in your state. I wrote my congressman about this HR 5175, and all he did was send me a response, an email that was basically talking about this whole McCain-Feingold bill. He didn't even really address the bill that I brought up. I told him to vote against this HR 5175. You know, unfortunately, Oregon is a very mixed state. Like, the Portland area is very liberal, and from what I understand, the judges here tend to be very liberal. But the people in the rural areas are very, very pro-gun. I actually went out hiking, and I heard a lot of gunshots, and it, to the dismay of my liberal friends who had a distaste and total lack of understanding of guns. But I grew up in a gun culture, pro-gun culture, and I don't have this similar fear. You know, I'm just afraid that the laws here are going to get more and more restrictive. And when groups like this newspaper try to find out who owns concealed handgun licenses, it's just lunacy. It's just going too far. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I just wanted to go ahead and do a quick video about that. And I actually have a bunch of videos that I've been wanting to do, and yeah, I've been taking a hiatus on videos. I've been kind of, I don't know, I guess trying to figure things out for myself, taking some personal time. But it doesn't mean that I'm not concerned about what's going on. It's just that I haven't found the time or the will to do the videos as of late. But this will be my first one that I've done in a few months. So I hope you enjoyed it, and leave comments, rate this video even if you hate it, and put it in your favorites if you like it. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.